Welcome, everyone. My name is Jamie Womack Williams. I'm the State Education Issues Coordinator for Texas AFT. The Bridges Institute for Professional Development brings you our final session of Yoga with Eleanor Harris. Eleanor Harris is a current classroom teacher in Austin ISD, and she is a proud Education Austin member. She has a master's degree in education, and she is a yoga instructor there in the Austin area. Eleanor, I am going to turn it over to you.
Hi, welcome. Thank you all for coming back and for the final yoga and chakra series. I'm just going to share my screen here. Isn't it? Share. Ah, wrong share button. Got it. Okay. Okay, so this is the final series in the 5 classes. So I'd like to start with our intention and our focus, bringing your hands into Namaste, which is the palms of the hands will come together. I'm going to let my thumbs rest on my heart center and allowing my eyes to close. I'm going to just focus my breath. So starting with that Ujjayi breathing, just bringing your awareness to your breath. Soft, slow exhale, slow, deep inhalation. And just for the first few moments before we start, just focus your attention. Pay attention to your breath. You might become aware of the breath as it moves through the nostrils. You're breathing ideally through the nose and not through the mouth. Soft, slow exhalation through the nose as well. I allow my eyes to soften. I allow the breath to deepen. After the next exhale, I'm going to sound Om 3 times. Allowing my head to come down towards my hands so I can surrender the ego to the heart. Allowing my hands to come down to rest in my lap and then slowly lifting up my head and opening up my eyes. So welcome again. So what I'd like you to do is, as we do these chakra exercises, chakra awareness. So today, what the plan is for today is I'm going to review a little bit of all the information again, very quickly, and then introduce and talk about those last 3 chakras that I had not mentioned. They're the throat, the third eye, and then our crown chakra. Those ones are the more spiritual aspects, but I'll just go with the slides here so that way I'll stay in order. So the first chakra, I'm going to stand. It's here down below the bottom of the body, sort of in the middle. It's the first chakra. And the second chakra is here between the belly button and the pubic bone. It's like right in this area here. The third chakra is in our solar plexus. Our heart chakra is like right in the middle of the sternum. And each of these are associated with a different color. So the first chakra, and what you might notice is like, what kind of foods are red foods? Like if you eat red apples or you're drawn to the red color. So our chakras can be in balance or they can be out of balance. A chakra means a wheel. We'll practice Nadi Shodhana. So throughout the class, you can always do the victorious breath, Ujjayi 1. Ujjayi 1 is simply focusing your breath or your awareness of your breath, okay? And that these chakras, they are wheels. They spin in a clockwise movement, okay? So there's a chakra on the front of the body that would spin, right? All these chakras have spinning. And on the back, it's a counterclockwise movement, even though it's the same. It's a clockwise or counterclockwise movement. What we've done is, so just to review, that second chakra deals more with your emotional state. When you have too much energy, it might become too focused on pleasure. If you have a lack of that energy, you might feel unloved, or it's just harder to relate to people. Our third chakra is more that solar plexus. When you meet people that you might engage in a different way, you can always protect your chakras. Our fourth chakra is our heart, where we experience love. Our fifth chakra is our throat chakra, and this one is our expression, our ability to express our truths. And I often start with the first chakra because you want to stay grounded in the presence, in the here and now. This root, your throat chakra, helps you to translate information from your sixth chakra or your third eye. It helps with your intuition. It helps with your decision making. And so that balancing these chakras, working with these energies, that you want to have them in balance or start to notice when they're not in balance. Our seventh chakra, it's the crown chakra, what we know as the baby soft spot, okay, in their head. And this chakra is where if you were on that spiritual path, we're able to obtain information and knowledge would come down through the crown chakra. And that's often a white, clear white, bright light, or the violet color, whereas the third eye is a purple color. The throat chakra is blue. So today I'm going to do a chakra meditation before the end of the class. And during that time, you will get to practice the different types of breathing. So I wanted to review some of the things that we had done in the first few classes, which included collecting energy. Okay, so what we did, and I'm going to stand up, move my chair here. One of the things that we did is that we collected energy by rubbing the palms of the hands together. All right, and we did this tappy-like movement where you're starting to play with the space between the palms. And if you don't feel anything, you rub your hands together again. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do is bringing your hands within a couple inches of your body, you can do what's called a body scan. And just as you run your hands up or down your body, this is another way to channel energy. You may begin to feel, oh, something feels a little tight there. So I do this, and I talked about, I think in the beginning classes, the palms up or palms down, that there is a way, if I throw my palm out like this, I will pull energy out. My action is I'm pulling out energy. As opposed to, sometimes I might want to bring in energy. So I use that open, but I'm bringing energy in. And what I'd like you to do is just to practice taking that body scan yourself. So you will rub your hands together, maybe start down here at the base, and see if you can just body scan. If you find something like, oh, my tummy, my solar plexus feels a little tight, I'm going to physically, or not physically, metaphysically pull tension out from that area. Okay, I don't need to know what it is, but I'm going to move it. And I might move up to the heart, and then maybe my heart center feels like I need a little energy. So I might kind of feed, just hold my hands there. My intention is to bring energy into the heart. Similarly, as I move up towards my throat, my ability to express my truth, your ability to express your truth comes through the heart, through the throat chakra. So sometimes there's this expression, you feel all choked up, that happens in your throat, you get that knot in your throat, you can't express yourself. That's a really good time to get the energy moving in your hands and just sort of cradle your neck. You want to feed energy into this throat chakra, right? Or you might want to pull out that excess energy, emotion, whatever it is. But one way, sometimes we need to learn how to express ourselves. Sometimes we need to, maybe expression might not be the best way, or the way that we express ourselves, right? Same thing with the third eye. With the third eye, I can press, or not press, I've got my hands a couple inches away, but I could feed energy in, or from the crown, take energy out, or feed energy. Now, I did not talk about our astral body, this is a chakra, but the astral body is, you've heard of like that egg, that we are in a cocoon in our egg. Well, each of these chakras relate to a field on our astral body, to our physical, our emotional, our mental, our ability to love, to express our truths, to feel like our intuition, and to get our information from our higher, from our wisdom self, okay? We have all these different selves. So what we're going to do today is I would like you to try the body scan. I'm going to move my computer because I would like to do a chakra meditation. And what I want you to do is you will be lying down, preferably lying down on the floor, if that's comfortable for you. You will have, if you need to lie on your bed, that's fine. If you're seated, find a comfortable seated position. I'm going to talk you through a chakra meditation. It'll take about 15 or 20 minutes, okay? And to work with getting the energy bodies open. All right, so I'm going to move you all over here, or I'm moving my setup so that I'm hoping you can see my yoga mat there. Yes, okay, I think I put this back in the same spot. Okay, and if you are not able to see, if somebody would write in the chat box, I'll check it real quick, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I have my mat here. I have a blanket that I use this blanket in different ways. So if you don't have a blanket, if you can roll your yoga mat, you can roll a bathroom rug, you can roll up something. I'm going to place it so that it's going to, and you can have an extra blanket or pillow for underneath your head, okay? So I'm going to start with my knees bent, my feet on the ground, and bringing this rolled blanket right up against my sacrum, And with my knees touching each other, I'm going to go back over this roll. Now, this is stretching out my kidney area. It's stretching out that whole second chakra area. If this hurts your back or your pelvis comes off the floor, make your roll smaller, okay? So if it's uncomfortable, you can't breathe, you might make it smaller. Now, if you're pretty flexible and you're able to lie back, no pain, you can always add a second blanket. All right, so just here, I'm gonna lie back. We're gonna take palms of the hands. I'm turning my palms up towards the ceiling. And you're gonna breathe. So go ahead and lie down. You'll be here. We're gonna move the blanket around every minute. However, if your back hurts, feel free to move the blanket sooner or not use it, okay? So I'm going to use the Ujjayi breathing. Ujjayi 1, just awareness of the breath. And as I exhale, I really let my body surrender onto that rule. I inhale and consciously, where it feels tight, if you find tightness, feel like you're like a laser. That breath is going to go into that area. And then a soft, slow exhale. So each breath, each Ujjayi breath, or even your normal breathing, you're bringing energy, oxygen, prana. You're focusing your breath to use it to help open up cells of your body that are tight, constricted. And a couple more breaths. Soft, slow exhale. Ideally, you want to roll to your right side, press your left hand into the floor to press yourself into a seated position. This time, I'm going to move the blanket up a little higher. Same thing, but not against the sacrum this time. This time, it's about the level of my waistline. So maybe just a little higher, because this is going to stretch out my third chakra, okay? So it's not just my chakra here in the front that feels open in this mild back bend, but the back body also is stretching. My spinal muscles along the back, right? And this area right around the waist is also your kidney area. So even though I'm talking about the chakras in through the third chakra, you're also stretching your kidney. So this is a very passive stretch to help open up your kidneys, also to help open up your liver, kind of flush the liver out. So you can use this as you're breathing, soft, slow exhale. Breathe into the back body. Feel those bones stretch away from each other. And then as you exhale, allow your body to rest on the roll, so that you're not pressing, it's not pressing into your back, but that you're able to surrender and relax. Let your body relax onto this roll or support. A couple more breaths. Soft, slow exhale. Again, you will roll to your right side. Use your left hand to push yourself into a seated position. Same thing, except this time I push the blanket up a little higher. So this time that blanket is right under my heart center. So it's a nice back bend stretch here, opening up the heart. Again, these I'm going through these and taking about a minute, not that long. If you practice this at home, try setting a timer so that you do each position for about 3 minutes to 6 minutes. You'll find that it's quite wonderful. Now, I've made a little adjustment to my head. I do it automatically. I take my hands, slide it under my neck, lift my head just to stretch out those back muscles, the occiput, and then I bring my head back down onto the floor. If you find that your eyes are gazing towards the wall behind you, that's a good time to put a blanket under your head. So I'm going to focus my breath in the heart center. Exhale, allowing my bones to rest on the blanket. Inhaling, notice if the tension is above, below the bottom part of the heart center or towards the throat end of the roll. Just breathe into that area. Exhale, allowing the muscles to rest. I forgot to mention, I'm doing this with my knees bent. If you're really flexible and have no pain, feel free to stretch your legs out, okay? It's a deeper stretch into the back, but if this causes pain, always bend your knees and let your knees touch each other. A couple more breaths. Exhaling, you'll roll to your right side, use your left hand, press yourself up once again. Now, for the top three chakras, I'm turning the blanket lengthwise so that the blanket, I'm going to start about, sort of center myself, start about the level of the heart, but this time the blanket is going to support the throat chakra, and my behind the third eye, so that this way just that upper part of the body gets a nice soft stretch. So when I'm opening here are the vertebrae, from the thoracic up to the cervical, the vertebrae are stretching out a little bit, and the organs that are being supported. So this is just providing a little more opening through my lungs, a little more opening through the lungs, so that as I breathe, I can notice, can I get that breath into this portion of the rib cage? Can I bring the breath up high, up into the upper part of the lung? And this is just like an experiment. Each breath, as you exhale the breath, your next inhale, you begin the journey again. It's like, oh, I'm exploring. How does the breath feel? Last week, I had talked about how the nadis changed. I'm going to roll to my side, push myself up. Last week, I had talked about the nadis, the two channels that run through the body. I'm doing this action crisscrossing because that's what happens, is that the nadis, they kind of come down, they crisscross throughout the channels, energy channels. So that as you're breathing, you might notice if one nostril is stronger, the breath comes in easier on one side than the other. And this changes throughout the day. This breathing pattern will change throughout the day, so that every 20 minutes or 30 minutes, you might notice it doesn't stay the same all day. So just be aware of that. What I've done now is I've taken my blanket, or you can take a pillow. I folded it in half, and I'm going to use this as a support underneath my head. I'm going to lie back with my spine completely flat. I'm going to show you a couple of modifications before I begin, just so if you have any pain, you'll know what to do. So what I've done is I grabbed a chair, okay? So some of you might want to try this. This is really nice. But I'm going to put my feet up on the chair here and then lie back. What this does, it really helps that blood to come down into the first chakra area and just kind of help with circulation. It takes some pain if you had lower back pain. Supporting your feet can help take that pain away, okay? It's also nice if you don't have pain to use the chair. But if you have a chair and you would like to try this with a chair, your legs resting, feel free to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and again, this little adjustment, I take both my hands, slide under my neck, just to stretch out the back of the neck, bring my head down. I let the knees fall in towards each other, palms of the hands turn up towards the ceiling. Then you can stretch your legs out. But as I said, if you have lower back pain, rest your feet up on the chair or keep your knees bent. And then what I'm going to ask you to do is to just close your eyes. You'll be resting for a bit with your eyes closed. And I'm hoping you can hear me okay. With your eyes closed, as you're resting on the floor, bringing your awareness to your breath. Ujjayi 1. Soft inhale, slow, soft exhalation. And you might even take your hands and place them way down on the lower portion of your body. See if you can allow the breath to go way down into that first chakra. With your hands there or with your hands resting on the floor, I would like you to imagine like a bright red color, because that's the color of the first chakra, that red color energy. So we are going to bring that red energy in with the breath, so that I'm going to imagine that that first chakra, if it's feeling imbalanced, either needy or excess, I'm going to use the breath. If it feels like I've got too much energy in my first chakra, I release it with the exhale. If I need to pull energy into that area, I imagine that red energy coming in and just filling this area. And the nice thing about energy is there's plenty of it. You're not taking it from someone else, but you're letting that breath come in. You're letting it to charge the cells of your body. You're consciously bringing prana, energy, oxygen into that first chakra on a physical level. On a metaphysical level, that red comes in, and you just have as much as you need. If you felt like you were filling in, you just take that inhalation, allow the exhale. Just you're not emptying your body, but you're just allowing it to surrender. A couple more breaths. On the next exhale, allow your hands to come up a little higher if you would like to, and just feel that energy of that second chakra, below your belly button, above the pubic bone. This energy right in through the second chakra deals with our emotional state. So as you inhale and exhale the breath, imagine that you're bringing that color yellow in. And there's plenty of oxygen, plenty of prana. And you're controlling that prana as you inhale. As you exhale, if you feel like you've had too much creative energy, or maybe there's a physical, you feel like there's tension in through that second chakra, release it with the exhale. With each exhale, that energy is transmuted, transformed. It doesn't go to somebody else, it goes back to the universe where it's transformed. It's recharged. Taking a few more breaths, allowing that energy of the second chakra to come in, filling it with yellow. Soft, slow exhale, releasing. After the next breath, allow your hands to come under your sternum, above your belly button. It's not on the rib cage, it's below the rib cage, to your solar plexus. And here, this is the color. Oh my gosh, I got my colors mixed up. We did yellow, it should have been orange. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my hands, I'm gonna clear. Yellow is close to orange, but I just realized my solar plexus is yellow. I'm going to redo the second chakra, and that should have been the color orange. I'm sorry, it's the color of the rainbow. Red, orange, then yellow. So simply just clear. I'm going to take that out. I'm not going to get mad at myself. It's just like, okay. Just clear that out, and once again, bring the hands, charging that area with orange, the color orange. I think I was more into my intellectual body, thinking about all I have to do. But instead, I want to come back in and stay a little more grounded, a little bit more, not in my head, but more from my emotions, how I'm affected by my emotions. Filling that with the orange. and then moving towards the solar plexus, the yellow. So it's the colors of the rainbow. And as I hold here at the solar plexus, this affects more my intellectual body, the way I think about things, which may also do with how my emotional body relates. But sometimes these things can be out of balance slightly, so just noticing that. There's no right or wrong, just allowing that color to come in. Or releasing if you need to. After the next breath, bringing your hands up to your heart center. And here at the heart center, the color you would bring in, it could be green for self-love, pink for compassion, so you have your choice here. Breathing in that color into the heart center. Breathing in oxygen, prana, energy. Releasing whatever you no longer need. And sometimes as I release, my hands begin to feel a little heavy. I might just shake them out, shaking the fingers, allowing that energy to be transformed, transmuted. Moving up to the throat chakra. Allowing that, it's like a bright blue color that comes into the throat. Here, I do some clearing, I pull out, there's some extra energy. I feel like there's some things I might have wanted to say today. And I'm just going to clear that energy so it doesn't hold me back from expressing my truth. And then just filling that blue color into the throat chakra. Each time I breathe, I let my eyes relax so that this color meditation, each time I just let my eyes relax and soften away from the eyelids. Moving all the way up to the third eye, and that is a purple color. So you can allow the eyes to relax and just imagine that purple color coming in. Feeling grounded all the way through the feet. And if you find that another area calls you, notice where that is, what part of the body, and see if you can visualize the color that you would like to help recharge your cells. Our last one is through the crown chakra, and it's going to be like a pure white light that kind of comes in. It can come in through the spine, but it can come all the way in. And I sort of that egg shell, that egg cocoon, I allow that to kind of feel and permeate all around the outer edges of my egg shell. So it takes up space around me. It's like a protective cocoon. And I allow that energy, that white light to come in from the universe to help recharge all the cells of my body. And as I do that, I notice my hands begin to feel a little tingly. You're going to continue just breathing. And if you'd like to add, take one of the colors from the rainbow, from the base of the chakra, the red, to the second chakra, the orange. The third chakra was yellow. The heart center, green for a healing, pink for more compassion. The blue through the throat, the purple through the third eye, and just that white light filling your whole body, all the cells of your body. And once you feel like you've taken in a lot of energy, you want to imagine that you've sealed off, like it's almost like I just kind of imagine that like it's a Ziploc or something that seals all that energy in. with all the cells recharged. And we're going to continue to lie down for a few more breaths. And I'm just going to talk you through the Ujjayi breathing as you're lying down. You can let your hands rest on the sides by your body. If you're seated, you might want to reposition yourself, making sure your spine is nice and strong, that you haven't fallen forward, bracing yourself against the back. And now we're just going to allow the back body. So the back body is the portion of the body resting on the floor. Allow those muscles to surrender and rest on the floor. When you inhale the breath, your eyes might lift a little bit. Let your eyeballs drop back down, away from the eyelids. So we've charged the cells with color. We've revitalized the chakras, the spinning of the chakras. Now we're just going to allow the breath to surrender the physical body. Allow the muscles to relax on the blanket, the mat, or in your chair. Allow your bones to become heavy. You might want the breath to go all the way down into your feet. Notice if you can visualize or feel the breath going into your toes, into your feet. And as you exhale the breath, allow the feet to become heavy. So first we're going to take the awareness to the feet. You become aware of your feet, your ankles, your feet, your lower leg, and then you're going to take your mind away from that area. You're going to draw your attention away. You're going to take your attention, your breath into your legs. And if you still need to breathe into the feet, feel free to do so. But what we're going to do is we're going to work our way up the body, but we're going to take energy into an area, and then you're going to let go of that area. You're going to mentally let go of it so that the limbs become heavy, that your consciousness stays with the breath. If you go to sleep for a few seconds or you lose the sound of my voice, it's okay. When you come back, just exhale and be present from where you are. Sometimes lying on the floor, we don't stay conscious. That awareness of the breath changed to unawareness and we're asleep. So there's a fine line, and that's one of the things I find as a meditator when I was learning, is that I often fell asleep. So I want to use the breath to keep me on that thread of consciousness, that I'm consciously breathing. Exhale, surrender the whole lower leg. You're still taking that soft breath. Breathing into the knees, into the whole lower leg, aware of your knees. Exhale, let go of the bones, let go of the muscles, surrender your legs. Breathing into the thighs, into the muscles, the bones, the ligaments. And as you exhale, letting the legs become heavy. The whole leg is resting on the floor. We breathe into the first chakra, but now think of breathing into the hips, into the bones, into the muscles, letting that prana, the oxygen. The inhale, you're bringing in an energy. The exhale is detoxifying. So it's a two-way process, that you're inhaling, bringing in energy and oxygen. You're exhaling, you're detoxifying your body with that exhale. Become aware of your waist area, your lower back, breathing into those areas. I mentioned the kidneys were there above around the waist. You have your liver, your stomach. Notice those organs, breathe into those organs, and then let them go. As you exhale the breath, just let go of any thought of those organs. The body becomes heavy. Breathing into the heart center. And any time, go back to normal breathing. You might notice, are you doing an Ujjayi 2 breath where you're lengthening the exhale? Have you switched to Ujjayi 3, longer inhale? It's all good, it's all okay. Are you aware of what you're doing? Slow, soft exhale. Coming back to the breath. allowing your whole spine to rest on the floor. Breathing into the throat, and noticing, can you feel the breath moving down in through the throat? Can you feel the breath? Can you feel the neck muscles on the back of the neck, allowing those muscles to relax, to surrender? Allowing your eyes to stay soft, allowing your eyelids to stay closed. You're not squeezing your eyes together. There's just a soft meeting of the eyelids. Even allowing your brain to surrender. Allow the brain. Sometimes the brain, as you're listening to my voice, the consciousness is there and there's a pressure against the front of the skull. Allow the brain to drop towards the back of the skull. So as I exhale the breath, I often think of when I go to bed, I'm like, oh, I'm so tired, and my body just surrenders. That's almost the feeling you want here, but you want to stay conscious. You want to keep your awareness on your breath. Soft, slow exhale. And you're just going to take another minute with your awareness on your breath. Soft, slow exhale. Allowing the cells of your body to be recharged, re-energized. Then slowly deepening the breath. Soft, slow exhalation. Allowing the breath to move your fingers, your toes, bringing your awareness to your skin. So that you might want to move your fingers, move your toes, so that you've gone from this deep internal state to more that external awareness of the world. That as you come back to the world, you might open your eyes slowly. You'll roll to your right side. You'll use your right hand to press yourself up into a seated position. And as you come into a seated position, just sitting for a moment, and I'm going to just sit on the floor here and bring your awareness, you can sit in simple cross legs. Notice your spine, just notice the way your body feels. And I have a few more minutes left in the class, and what I would like to do is that there were some questions that had been asked, and basically that is a chakra first. That was basically a chakra meditation. You would just focus on the different areas. You could do a clearing to kind of pull energy out of any area. If you have a certain emotion coming up, knowing what that is and knowing where to work from, either pulling energy out or feeding energy into that area. The chakras do spin, and sometimes you might even do a spinning action or a slowing it down, a slow movement. So these are all just ways of working with energy. I am a Reiki master, and that is something working off the body. Reiki is a way of working distance and off the body or hands-on. These are energy systems that run pretty parallel to our nervous system, but it's not the same thing as your nervous system. All right, so just be aware of how you're feeling right now. You can join me if you like. I know one of the questions that I had been asked was what to do for sciatic. I think this was someone who had asked the first class, and the sciatic isn't something that would deal necessarily with the chakras, but I just wanted to address that just for your information. I hope that that person is here. So one of the things that's really good for sciatic is I'm going to show you two poses. One is seated. If you have issues with your knees, this would not be a pose I would recommend for somebody with knee issues. If you don't have issues with your knees, you would bring your knee to the midline of your body and I cross my other leg on top. So it's a simple cross leg position, all right? Knee in the top, opposite hand, my other hand goes behind. I'm gonna gently pull, lift, twist. I get a stretch right at the back of the hip. So this is a good twist for starting to activate the sciatic, okay? I'm gonna do the same thing on the second side. Stretch one leg out, change. So I'm bringing the knee to the midline of the body. The other leg comes across. I hold one hand behind, lift and pull. This is my tighter side. I'm not even feeling it in my sciatic, but a little bit. So I'm just gonna lift and pull here to get that stretch. Now, change the legs again. I just change each time. The stretch that will go into the sciatic, so we did a simple cross leg. Now I'm grabbing hold of this ankle and pulling my knees so that the two knees are on top of each other. Now I get that stretch right back here. This is a very good stretch for your sciatic, okay? So that I've got my feet here on the sides, and this is very simple. All you're going to do is walk your fingertips forward, and if you can, your head will come down to rest on your legs. And you're using that breath to breathe into the area that feels tight. And you'll walk yourself back with your fingertips. Same thing on the second side. So we're just changing the feet. The other knee comes to the midline. I grab a hold of my ankle so that the two knees are stacked on top of each other. And once again, just walking the fingertips forward. So this is a really good stretch for the IT band, which actually the sciatic nerve is much deeper than that. That's what I'm feeling. And then walking yourself back. Now, this one is if you did have knee problems, I'm going to just show you one more stretch that's good for the sciatic. And I'm hoping in this room here that you will be able to see. Okay, this is not going to work. Sorry, Katie, I didn't get all this worked out. So rather than moving everything, I'm here against the wall. I think my head is chopped off, but I think you'll be able to see the pose. What I've done is I've gone to the wall. You're only seeing my legs. What I'm going to do here with the wall, I take my back leg up. This back leg comes up. I bring my heel to rest on the wall. This hand can come to the floor, or it can rest on a block, or you can rest it on a chair. How this affects the sciatic, when I lift this leg and take my foot to the wall, it hits me right here in the buttock, right in that sciatic nerve. So I lift, hand comes down, I'm bending and releasing. When I bend my knee like this, it helps me to open up my hip. Rather than my hip, I don't know if you can see this, dropping towards the floor. This openness of the hip is what helps to get into the sciatic. And to come down, lower the foot. Do the same thing on the second side. So from here, I lift my back leg. If you can, it goes back towards the wall. This hand comes down, either rest on a baseboard or on a block, and the hip opens to become half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. But this is a really nice pose. So as I come down, I bend both knees to come up. So that is a pose that is really good for sciatic. I'm trying to think what else I was asked. The one other question I think somebody couldn't see last week when I did a full body stretch. And I just wanted to review that in case you could see. I don't think my setup is right. It is. So you're going to see from the back of my body. I'll show you from the side. I separate the legs. So I'm in this position with 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. I'm not at the wall right now, but what I would do is lift my back heel off the floor. Fingertips would rest on the wall. And then with fingertips on the wall, I stretch through that back leg. So I'm going to show you from the wall here, fingertips on the wall, 1 foot forward. No, you can't see. Sorry. Gosh. Well, all right, I'll just talk you through it. Same thing, second side. Put your other foot forward, 1 foot back. Lift the heel on that back leg. The reason the wall is here, what it does is literally as I bring my heel down, I use that tactile sense so that my fingers don't slide. My fingers, if I have that imaginary wall, I don't know if my fingers are moving. Because I want this stretch that goes 2 ways. It goes up as I go down. So I'm working more from an energetic part of my body, allowing allowing the energy to lengthen as well as using the breath. So lengthening from the bones, lengthening from the muscles. And what I'm going to do is just finish up. I'm going to thank you all for attending these classes. I'm going to bring my hands together. Thank you. Namaste. Om Shanti Shanti. All right. And Jamie, I'm going to turn it back over to you for the drawing. And
yes.
class. I don't know if there were any other questions or not. No. Okay. All righty. Thank you.
Okay, if you are not a member of Texas AFT or the local affiliate in your school district, please visit texasaft.org to become a member. We have some really exciting things in the professional development department. We've been doing these Wellness Wednesdays for 13 weeks now. And then earlier today, we started our tech tools with we did Google Classroom this morning. Tomorrow we're going to do Zoom, about how to be interactive and engaging with students through virtual learning. Zoom's tomorrow. Friday we will have Schoology. So if your district is using the Schoology platform, attend our session. And then on Saturday we will be doing Microsoft Teams. For all of the tech tools, you will receive CPE credit. Then next week, we will be doing a T-test on Tuesday evening from 5:30 to 7:30. A Know Your Rights is about school education law. It will be from 5:30 to 7:30 on Wednesday. And then on Thursday evening, we will be doing goal setting and professional development plans as they pertain to the T-test evaluation. And that one will be from 5:30 to 7:30 also. If you are on Facebook, you can just follow our page, the Texas AFT Bridges Institute for Professional Development. That is where I post all of the professional development opportunities that we have. We are TEA accredited, so you do receive CPE credit for those that you attend that pertain to, teaching and improving your practice. I know that was a lot, but this is our favorite time, other than Eleanor teaching us yoga and making us super relaxed. Prize time is the second favorite thing of the evening. And so this is our last one. So the first prize is going to be 2 small water bottles. And Eleanor, if you want to just kind of give them a brief description on that, because I know we have some new folks that have joined us.
Yeah, so they are like a water bottle, but it's more flexible and you can put cold or hot into it. I use them for a pillow, the small one like under my neck. When my neck muscles are really tight, it helps. I've used them for like pain or swelling. If you sprain an ankle, you can put a little bit of ice in there and it's really good for an injury. They're flexible and they'll mold around. You can place it around a limb, like your leg, or one in the front, one in the back body, but they're fabulous. You fill it a third of the way full with water. The instructions are on it, but I love them.
Okay, so let's see who is going to be the lucky winner of the water. Okay, the water bags. Is Jennifer Dinger here this afternoon? I think I remember letting her in. I see her. Jennifer.
Yay.
So Jennifer, if you will just respond to my email with your name, your address, your phone number, and that you won the 2 small water bags. Okay, our next winner is going to be this yoga package. You're going to get a yoga block, a yoga strap, a yoga mat, a blanket, and a yoga ball. So you are going to get all of the necessary materials to be the next yoga instructor.
That is awesome.
So let's see who is going to be the winner of this. Is Julie Fleming here this afternoon? Julie Fleming? Julie? I do not see Julie. Okay, let's see. Stephanie Laws. I see Stephanie.
Hello. Oh my goodness. Hello.
Hello, Stephanie. You are the winner of the yoga set.
Oh,
Awesome. She's been every week.
I
I
have
know
been,
she's what.
I've not missed 1 week. No.
I see. I see.
Thank
Congratulations.
you. Thank you.
Okay, so Stephanie, just email me back with the thing you won, your address and your phone number, and I will get that ordered first thing in the morning. And try not to let your mom steal this set.
Exactly.
Maybe to hide it from her.
I will say one thing right quick. So I went to visit my mom and dad today, and guess who was drinking out of my water jug? She was. So she's used to it. It keeps her on track. She's like, she was on track with the lines. So thank you.
Good.
Yes, awesome. So that was a good gift because you want to make sure your mom is staying well hydrated, especially with this good Texas heat we've got going on.
Yes. Okay.
And then our last item is going to be the Be Kind shirt. The Be Kind shirt. And is Hollis here? Hollis? I don't think I saw Hollis come in this afternoon. Okay. So the next person is going to be Jennifer Riley.
Hello.
Yay!
Yay!
I'm so excited. I love that. And Ellen, thank you so much. I really appreciate what you did. I mean, it's been really great and a stress reliever for me, for sure.
Good. I hope you can practice.
Okay, Jennifer, if you'll just respond to the email and let me know that you won the t-shirt, what size you want, your address and your phone number, and I will get that ordered first thing in the morning for you all.
Thank you.
Okay, I am going to launch a brief evaluation. Our evaluation tonight is not very long. It is 3 short questions. And if you have any questions about any of the professional development opportunities I spoke about earlier, like I said, you can go to the Bridges Institute for Professional Development Facebook page, but also on the Texas AFT website, you can go to texasaft.org/bridges, and it will show, that's where you'll find the links to all of the Wellness Wednesday sessions. You will also find the Tech Tools registration links that are happening right now, and then a link for the trainings that we are going to be doing early next week. And I will put that in the chat box also.
I highly recommend the trainings. They are good.
Okay, I am going to end the polling. I want to thank each and every one of you for attending these sessions. We've been doing these now for 13 weeks, and I think it has brought us some sense of normalcy during this time in our lives. And I wish you all the best of luck as you return back to the school at some point in the next few months. Please reach out to us and let us know anything that we can do for you. We are here for you, and we want you to have a successful year. Thank you again, and we will see you all soon.
Thank you. Bye.